Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Nu știu încă de unde am venit, ce caut aici. Plecam cu coada între picioare, acum mă scap de afiș. N-aveam răbdare să ascult deloc, acum taci și răspund după ce înțeleg ce-ai zis. Se simte timpul cum trece sau noi cum trecem prin timp. Trăiesc momentul de față ca să-mi creez amintiri. Țin de familie, de prieteni, de cine-i loial, loial. Restul voia sorții, scuze, mă cheamă propriu destin. Totuși te simt, o singură șansă avem cu sorii. Sipim focul deschis, e mult mai greu când ai un scop de atins. Te uiți pe lângă tine, vezi cine a supraviețuit. Câți din ei se luptă să trăiască cum ar trebui. O inimă mare, doi plămâni ca să respir. O inimă mare, mă inspiră zi de zi. Fă din șansa ta un vis, fă din șansa ta un vis împlinit. Fiindcă avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Ce ale, 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 nu știu ce să aleg, dar ce ale, 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 ale. Nu te teme de moarte că nu-ți mai trăiești viața. Pune zâmbetul pe față dimineața. Du-te, ia legume fresh, fă-ți viața. Pune doar ce trebuie în trupul ăla ca un rasa. Niște mișcare ca să ungă carcasa. Binecuvântare nu e lumea prea razna. Alegerile noastre ne fac să simțim asta. Atât de multe drumuri eu, yeah. De alei, de alei, de alei, de alei. Dar ce alei, 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 alei.
Știi, avem o singură viață și nu
știu ce să aleg.
merită să ne stresăm în fiecare zi pentru toate mizeriile.
Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. One life, one life. One life, one life, one life. One life, one life, one life, one life. Learn it, love it, live it. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Nu știu încă de unde am venit, ce caut aici. Plecam cu coada între picioare, acum mă scap de afiș. N-aveam răbdare să ascult deloc, acum taci și răspund după ce înțeleg ce-ai zis. Se simte timpul cum trece sau noi cum trecem prin timp. Trăiesc momentul de față ca să-mi creez amintiri. Țin de familie, de prieteni, de cine-i loial, loial. Restul voia sorții, scuze, mă cheamă propriu destin. Totuși te simt, o singură șansă avem cu sorii. Sipim focul deschis, e mult mai greu când ai un scop de atins. Te uiți pe lângă tine, vezi cine a supraviețuit. Câți din ei se luptă să trăiască cum ar trebui. O inimă mare, doi plămâni ca să respir. O inimă mare, mă inspiră zi de zi. Fă din șansa ta un vis, fă din șansa ta un vis împlinit. Fiindcă avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. De alei, de alei, de alei. Dar ce ale, 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 ale. Poate că nu-ți mai trăiești viața. Pune zâmbetul pe față dimineața. Du-te, ia legume fresh, fă-ți viața. Pune doar ce trebuie în trupul ăla ca un rasa. Niște mișcare ca să ungă carcasa. Binecuvântare nu e lumea prea razna. Alegerile noastre ne fac să simțim asta. Atât de multe drumuri eu, de alei, de alei, de alei, de alei. Dar ce alei, 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 alei.
Știi, avem o singură viață și
Nu
nu
știu
prea
ce să aleg.
merită să ne stresăm în fiecare zi pentru toate mizeriile.
Hi and welcome everyone to another deadline stream on this channel. First of all, Merry Christmas everyone, Happy Holidays, hopefully you're enjoying the holidays. Now hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm not in my usual house, I'm at home in my hometown for the holidays. Thanks a lot for joining so early. Yeah, Game Week 18 of Fantasy Premier League. It's about to begin real soon. Yeah, a lot of deadlines to look forward to. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I am a little bit tired in this festive period, but thanks a lot for joining. Hopefully you're also enjoying your free time with your family, with your friends, with your loved ones. And yeah, for the next 2-3 hours, we're going to discuss a little bit about FPL and how our teams are going to end up. Hi, Herlotsville. Thanks a lot for joining. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to everyone. Thanks a lot for joining. Really appreciate it. About FPL. And yeah, I'm looking forward to get myself into more information about this gaming. To be honest with you, in the last 30 hours, I didn't saw anything FPL related, so I'm going to go through all of it with you guys. We're going to see if we have any more news ahead of Game Week 18. Hi Koig11, thanks a lot also for joining the stream. Merry Christmas, thanks a lot. Merry Christmas to you too, and happy holidays. How are you guys? First, how are you doing in this period? Yeah, it looks like it's working okay. And I just need another coffee. Sorry guys, I didn't get a lot of hours to sleep last night. Wilson is still a doubt. Yeah, I saw something about Wilson. Tough, right, with Wilson, because again, he has a nice fixture in Game Week 18. Hi, Biraj Dev, thanks a lot for joining the stream, really appreciate it. I got Ekitike, so don't get him, he will surely blank. Now, I got Ekitike before he was popular. On a Sunday, I think, after Crystal Palace and Mateta played, I just sold Mateta to Ekitike, so yeah, that transfer is done long ago, before even he was that popular. So yeah, at the moment, it doesn't feel great because everyone probably is going to go for Ekitike now. Because Bruno Fernandes got that injury, so everyone has an easy route to buy Ekitike, I would say. But yeah, I think that is a fantastic transfer, a fantastic option for the next two fixtures at least. What could go wrong, right? Koig, we good. How was your Christmas? It's still going. A lot of work. I mean, not a lot of work. Sorry, not the right word. I'm a little bit tired, honestly, because as I said before, didn't get a lot of hours to sleep in the last 2 days. But it was good. Spend time with my family, with my friends. After this stream, I'm going to hang with other friends. We're going to play some social board games, and yeah, going to be nice. It's good. It's going good. Salut, Crăciun fericit, all good mate, thanks a lot, mulțumesc frumos George, Ghică, Crăciun fericit, anul fericit, thanks a lot for joining the stream, really appreciate it, and yeah, all good. Hi Denis, hi Wesley, fun run, thanks a lot for joining, happy holidays. Should I play Wilson or Anderson? Tough one. Again, Anderson from Fulham definitely is going to play, so if you have any doubts around Harry Wilson, yeah, just play Anderson. He's a great option also this game week. Olympian captaining Ekitike, no, I didn't see that. Didn't saw that, so at least I think that I'm not going to captain Ekitike for what's worth, but yeah, whomever I get blanks, so avoid what I have. Yeah, I know your story, Koig11, but again, I bought Ekitike. I'm a Liverpool fan, really happy to have Ekitike into my team. So let's see how it's going to go. I don't know. I would bet money that Ekitike is not going to blank twice in the next two. So let's see. Again, it's football, but he's in good form. Liverpool are getting better, a little bit better. So yeah, he's going to get good minutes. Hi Chandri Bali, also thanks a lot. Did Guardiol, Fernandez, Raul 2, O'Reilly, Kune, Ekitike, 3 free transfer thoughts? Really good transfers. Again, Guardiol, O'Reilly are pretty similar from my point of view. I think that O'Reilly is slightly more attacking as a defender, so I like that transfer again. Bruno Fernandes and Raul Jimenez. Raul was still okay for this fixture, I think, in game week 18, but yeah, long term, Cunha, Ekitike are going to be really obvious transfers for a lot of people, I think, so I don't really need to justify that much. I think that both Cunha and Ekitike are great transfers if you bought them, if you had an easy route to buy them. Again, would I buy Ekitike for -4 to sell someone like Igor Thiago? Probably not. But again, for me it was easy. I had Mateta, I had the money to go for Ekitike, so I just sold Mateta to Ekitike. Easy transfer, easy upgrade from my point of view. So Ekitike captain this game. I think that he's a good shout. As you can see from my team, sorry, you can't see my team. Let me just move to my team. This is currently how my team is lining up for game week 18. I still have some benching dilemmas, as you can see from the screen, but Ekitike is my vice captain, so definitely I think that he's a good captaincy option if you want to go different. If you don't want to captain Erling Haaland, I think that Ekitike is probably the best captaincy option. Easy as that. I mean, again, you have I don't know, someone like Palmer, someone like Bukayo Saka, who could be also decent captaincy options, but Ekitike has the best fixture of all of them. So yeah, again, for my team, I still think that I'm going to go safe and boring this game week. I'm going to captain Haaland probably. I don't know what Haaland has ahead of Ekitike, let's say. He's more likely to play 90 minutes, let's say. He's on penalties. Now, again, there is a world where Ekitike, I don't know, Liverpool are 2-0, 2-0 up against Wolverhampton, and they got a penalty and Ekitike took it to get a hat-trick or something. So there is a world where Ekitike could take a penalty, but I think that McAllister is going to take the penalties. And I don't know, when Man City are scoring, it's usually Erling Haaland is usually involved. Now, when Liverpool is scoring again, they have a lot of players who can be involved in the goals. So I just think that Haaland is a little bit more safer, but definitely the fixture is better for Ekitike. Yeah, it's a tough decision. I think that I'm going to go boring this week. It's Christmas. I don't know. I don't want to have any more headaches into my team. So yeah, I think that I'm going to go with Haaland, but I like Ekitike captain as well. Hi Wiz, thanks a lot for joining. Hi Dennis, what's your free team for this week? Would you ever go defender heavy? My free team, I uploaded a free draft, I think yesterday or 2 days ago on my channel. If you want to check that out, maybe we're going to make another free draft, but I would go again. I would go with 3 players from Everton, 3 players from Liverpool, straight up Virgil van Dijk, Florian Wirtz and Ekitike probably from Liverpool, Tarkowski, Keane, and I don't know, Grealish. Or if you want to go for 3 defenders from Everton, that's also okay. We're going to make maybe a free draft for this week. I would go for Haaland, for Foden, definitely. And yeah, other than that, I would have also some Arsenal players, and probably I would have Cole Palmer in that free draft, something like that. I would not go defender heavy, I think. In attack, on a free, I would definitely go for Haaland and Ekitike, so you can play a 4-4-2 or a 3-5-2. Now in midfield, I would go for Foden, Florian Wirtz, maybe Bukayo Saka, maybe Cole Palmer if you can afford, maybe Harry Wilson if he's fit, maybe Semenyo, maybe someone like Cunha in midfield, and probably I would go with 3 defenders, something like that. No Rodgers. No, I don't have Rodgers. I don't have Rodgers in my team. I talked again. Rodgers scored back-to-back 15 points, so I get it. He's a really popular pick at the moment. But I just think that with the fixtures Aston Villa are having, the next 2, there's no way for me to consider Rodgers. I would not have him on a free, or again, I'm not going to consider to buy Rodgers. So Aston Villa are playing against Chelsea away this game week in 18, and then they are playing away to Arsenal. So Chelsea and Arsenal back-to-back away games. No, Rodgers for me is not an option yet. For the next 2, there's no way I'm going to buy Rodgers. But other than that, I like I like Rodgers as a player in general. I like him as a pick. I think that he's decent. I have sent my boring free draft on Twitter, kept some active players on bench because of holidays and rotation. Yeah, we're going to take a look at that. Hello Zvail also. Hi Mohamed Damar, thanks a lot for joining. Happy holidays if you're celebrating. Would you bring in Mason Mount if it bails you to get Gordon and Ekitike? So the question is if I would buy Gordon, if that allows you to buy Gordon and Ekitike. I'm not sure. I mean, Mason Mount is a nice punt. With the injuries Man United are having at the moment, Bruno Fernandes and Mbeumo is to AFCON, Mason Mount is looking like he's going to get decent minutes. And for the next few fixtures, I'm not sure if you can see it. Newcastle, Wolverhampton, Leeds, Burnley. For the next 4, I like Mason Mount, but after that, I don't think that you're going to need him that much. And again, the minutes are still at risk, I would say, mostly because of his fitness. But again, probably Mason Mount is going to play good minutes in the next 4, so I like him as a punt. He's a risky punt. So what do you think about Richards to Calafiori idea? Hi Not Nepo, thanks a lot for joining, happy holidays. Richards to Calafiori. I mean, Richards probably is going to miss Tottenham in game week 18. If you can bench Richards, I would probably just keep him on your bench. I think that he's still great at 4.5 million. I think that he's a decent option, and probably he's going to be back in game week 19, I would say. But yeah, Calafiori, again, going for Arsenal defenders is never a bad option. I would say they are the best defense in the Premier League. Now, the next few fixtures after Brighton at home are not amazing. They're going to play against Liverpool, Aston Villa, and Bournemouth, I think, in the next 3. So the fixtures are not amazing for clean sheets. But if you want to buy an Arsenal defender, probably at the moment it's Calafiori. Hincapié is a doubt. Saliba is just not good enough. Timber is also okay. Probably Timber is still the best defender to get from Arsenal currently, but he's also the most expensive one, so I'm just not sure if I would go there now. And mostly I would just wait to see when Gabriel is going to be back and just buy Gabriel, but I am the one with Wilson. Yeah, I know. So again, Richards to Calafiori in one move. I like it. It's clearly a big upgrade, I would say. Now let's see the free team for Herlotsville, if I can see it. Yeah, here. So Virgil van Dijk, Wirtz, Ekitike, nice. Just Keane from Everton, Raya Calafiori, perfectly fine. So again, it's fine. If you don't want to go for 3 Everton defenders, it's perfectly fine to just go for Arsenal defenders, who I think that are great. Raya Calafiori, you have also Bowen. Yeah, I like it. Again, I don't know, maybe on a free I would go for a Bukayo Saka or a Cole Palmer, I think. Instead of Rice, I think that's I don't know, better. And with the doubts around Wilson, I'm not exactly sure what is the latest news on Wilson. I need to check it out. But if there are some real doubts about Harry Wilson starting, probably I would not have him on a free. Honestly, other than that, I like it. Again, you could go for a Semenyo, for a Cunha, for a Grealish instead of Bowen. But if you think that Bowen is a fair enough equal option to someone like Cunha, then yeah, I like Bowen as well. Triple Arsenal, I like it. Foden, Haaland, a no-brainer. Wilson playing. Hi Ivor. I need to see. I need to see the latest news. We're going to move to the news to see because again, I didn't saw the latest press conference from the coach from Fulham, or it could be the Kuiper to Calafiori. Probably I would actually just do the Kuiper to Calafiori because I think that Richards is going to be a much more useful option for you in the future than the Kuiper. I mean, again, the Kuiper, if he was nailed, I think that is a good option, but that's the problem with Brighton defenders and Brighton players in general. You're just never going to be sure when the Kuiper is going to start, so yeah. Let's just move here to see the latest news. So from Aston Villa, Gesand has jetted off to join Ivory Coast. Mings, Barkley, Pau Torres are still out. Silva said Wilson needs to be assessed. He's a doubt. Again, if there is real doubt there, probably I wouldn't go for Harry Wilson on a free. Now again, maybe if he's going to be a doubt, he is not going to play any minutes, but probably I wouldn't take that risk. So yeah, I would just move to another player. With Crystal Palace, as Glasner said, I saw this piece. I don't know if he will be okay for the sports game, so I guess there's still a chance Richards is going to play, but I'm hoping that he will be back against Fulham. Now, again, we don't have any guarantees that Richards is going to be back against Fulham, but the injury just doesn't sound that bad, so probably it's going to be fine. 10 people on the stream. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining. Happy holidays to any one of you. If you enjoyed this stream, please consider leaving a like, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed the content, it really means a lot. And yeah, I feel there might be some rotation with the heavy fixture congestion with Brighton. Of course, I agree with you, not Nepo. I think that a lot of teams are going to rotate players in the next 2, 3, 4 game weeks because the next 4 game weeks are real close, and then we're going to have an international break, I think, or something like that. So a lot of teams are going to rotate, especially a team like Brighton, probably. I feel the Kuiper might still get some minutes. For sure he's going to get some minutes, but if you're not going to know when he's going to start, then there's no help. That's not helpful for you, right? So from Arsenal, Piero Hincapié missed midweek with a shoulder issue. Again, I'm not sure if Arteta said anything else in his press conference, but this is not helpful at all for us. And Gabriel hasn't trained yet, but is stable in his rehab. Now, again, with Gabriel, probably I just don't see him being back for Game Week 19. So probably Gabriel is going to be a transfer to be made after Game Week 20 or something like that. From Fulham, Harry Wilson knock is less serious than initially thought, but he is still in pain. Marco Silva said, let's hope we can have him back. We can have him available. Okay, so I guess there is a chance Wilson is going to be available, but yeah, on a free I wouldn't take that chance probably. Yeah, other than that, I don't know if we got any other news. O'Neill is serving the final match of his suspension. Yeah, nothing interesting here. A lot of players departed from Sunderland to African Cup of Nations. It will come to who I want to keep more. I think I definitely want Calafiori. Yeah, Calafiori, again, choosing between Timber and Calafiori right now, it's much more easier because I just think that Calafiori offers pretty much the same what Timber offers for a much cheaper price. Hi Oscar, IG, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Happy holidays. Worth a -4 for Ekitike. In most case scenarios, I would say that probably myself, personally, I wouldn't take a -4 to buy Ekitike, but it really depends. If you have, I don't know, someone like Watkins, maybe it's going to be worth it. And if you really need that player to play, let's say you have, I don't know, an injured striker or something like that. For an example, I would not sell Thiago to buy Ekitike for a -4, I think. For free, I understand it, but for -4, I'm just not sure it's worth it. And again, if you can do it for free next week, you can just buy Ekitike next week if you really want him. Richards, though, even if the injury is not serious, Palace defense is highly suspect now. I mean, the last game, yeah, I agree. They lost 2 leads, they conceded 4 goals, but before that they defended pretty decent. I know that they lost to City 3-0, but I just thought that Crystal Palace were pretty decent in that game, and Man City were lucky to score 3 goals. So yeah, if you have Thiago, Oscar, probably I just don't think that it's going to be worth to take a -4. Because, for an example, I just think that Thiago is still okay for this fixture. Hello, bro. Would you play Alderete or Anderson? I would play Anderson from Fulham, I think. But it's really close. It's really close. Sam Maguire. Yeah, I already have Timber. Kala will be my double up. Nice. Nice. I like that. Should I play Mukiele or Anderson? I would play the better one next to Timber and O'Reilly. Hi, Libzis, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Mukiele or Anderson? That's tough. Probably I would play Mukiele. Again, thinking back again on Anderson versus a Sunderland defender, probably I would play someone like Mukiele because he's really good for defensive contributions also, and he's playing at home. But it's really close. Probably I would play Mukiele instead of Anderson. Hello, boss. Hi, boss. Thanks a lot for joining. MD. Shakil Hassan, thanks a lot. Really appreciate it. Do you think Casemiro can play the role of Bruno in his absence? I mean, definitely Casemiro is going to play. I don't think that he's the same type of player like Bruno Fernandes, but yeah. I'm not sure how they are going to line up, if they are going to play Casemiro and Ugarte in the absence of Bruno Fernandes. If there are any Man United fans here, please let us know how they are going to line up. Cole Palmer also is ready to play 90 minutes. Hi bro, hi Football Fun Fantasy, thanks a lot for joining. Could you review my team? Can't you send me a screenshot? It would be much more easier for me, MD, to review the team, if you can, of course, on Twitter or X. So not a lot of important news regarding FPL, I would say, from these press conferences. Tuanzebe is still out from Burnley. Brandwaite is edging closer to first team training. Yeah. Not a lot of good options at the moment to buy, I would say, for the defenders. All options who you want to buy, talking about the defenders, have something attached to them. I would say some cons, but yeah. So Waris Manji, you sent me your team, thanks a lot. Thanks, bro. Yeah, I was thinking of Mukiele because Fulham struggle away. My only risk with going with Mukiele is the good form that Leeds are in at the moment in terms of scoring goals. I agree. I agree with you. Leeds scored a lot of goals in the last few gamings, but again, same for me. I'm playing Alderete. I'm just hoping that Leeds usually are not such a good team away from home like they are. When they are playing at home, obviously, and I hope that Sunderland can still do something defensive wise. So yeah, but it's really close. It's really close. Again, I can see West Ham scoring against Fulham anyway at home, and both of them are good for defensive contributions. And yeah, it's a tough, it's a close decision. It's more the 4 goals to Leeds for me. It seems like they are very lethargic at this point. Yeah. Yeah, but Leeds also scored 3 goals against Liverpool. They scored 3 goals, I think, or 2 goals against Chelsea. Uh, yeah, and with even more fixture coming up. Hi, bro. Yeah, definitely. Again, I don't think that, I don't know, for an example, if you have someone like Gay, someone like Lacroix, like me, maybe he's not going to be worth the money long term. But other than that, someone like Richards at 4.5 millions, he's amazing for defensive contributions. He was one of the best, if not the best, 4.5 million defender this season, I think, Richards. So I think that he's still great value. And there's no really a big harm to keep him if you have other options to rotate with. Hi bro, how are you doing? Hi Ahil Sayed, thanks a lot. Enjoying the holidays with my family. I agree with you, and Sunderland are unbeaten at home, so I wish good luck for your Alderete too. Yeah, hopefully we can get something. Again, it's not nice to play 4 million defenders, but if I have to play them, again, it's not the end of the world. Now at the moment for my team, we're going to talk about my team in a minute. I have some decisions to make on who to play. I have Alderete, Lacroix, Rodon. With Alderete and Rodon, it's pretty easy for me because I'm just going to go with the player who's playing at home. But then Alderete, Lacroix is also a decent option, I think. And I have Anderson from Nottingham Forest, who I could play instead of one of my defenders, but it's against Man City, so yeah. Hi Milotov, Merry Christmas Dennis, thanks a lot, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you. I'm on Frit and swinging the bat with no Haaland. Okay, probably on a Frit I would go for Haaland, but yeah. Palmer, Frimpong, Wirtz, Ekitike, nice. Foden is my only Man City asset. We love you, Dennis, for your superb content. Thanks a lot, Milo. I really appreciate the kind words. I really hope that you enjoy my content. Hopefully it's helpful also for you guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot, guys, for your incredible support this year. It really means a lot. Hi also Noel Barra. Merry Christmas to you too, and happy holidays. Play Rodon, Chow, or Richards. I think that I would play Richards. I mean, no, sorry, Richards. Ahil Sayed. I just remembered that Richards probably is not going to play, so I would play Rodon, I think, instead of Chow. Are you still going well in the overall cup? I need to check. How I'm doing in the cup. Send you in X, bro. Thanks in advance. Yeah, we're going to look at your team, guys. Don't worry, we have a lot of time till the deadline. Now, if we let me just go for the cup, where it is overall cup. Yeah, I won. It seems like I won in this round, and I'm going to play against Mohamed. 69-62. Yeah, I'm still in the cup. I'm still in for winning the cup in FPL, at least if my rank is not amazing at the moment. At least at least maybe I'm going to win the cup. Let me just see the team of this guy. So he bench boosted. Nice. Okay, he has a decent team. His overall rank is 2 millions and he has a really decent team, honestly. How is this possible? So yeah, I'm going to have a tough game in the cup. But yeah, so for Waris Mangi, first of all, sorry, let's rate this team first. Is Gunners lifting Premier League? Hopefully not. As a Liverpool fan, hopefully Liverpool can still have a chance, but at the moment, yeah, it's looking like Arsenal are the favorites. Manchester City are still there, so it's still real close. There are a lot of games to be played, so yeah. All right, I think the Kuiper to Calafiori it is then. Thank you. No problem, not Nepo. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. I'm going up against someone in top for 30k. Again, yeah, but it doesn't matter that much which position he is when you're playing him in the cup, because as you see here, I'm playing with a player who's 2 millions overall rank, and he has a decent team, honestly. Now, for Waris, your opinions on this team? I really like it. Yeah, I really like the team. Again, João Pedro, Bowen, Kudus, not... I don't want to say not my actual picks, but I think that they are decent. I think that they are decent picks. Definitely you have some problems there with Romero, Richards, Minte. Same as me. Probably I'm just going to keep Minte for the future at least. But I like, you have triple Arsenal, really nice. You have Florian Wirtz, you have Cunha. You don't have Ekitike, but you have João Pedro, who should get some decent minutes. The fixtures for Chelsea are not amazing short term, but from Game Week 22 onwards, probably a lot of people are still going to think about João Pedro. And yeah, I like Kudus, a really underrated pick, I would say. He could be on penalties. The fixture run is pretty decent for Spurs. Now, with Kudus, I don't like him that much because he's not that kind of player who's going to get you, I don't know, 2 goals. He's much more to get you some assists. But again, he's a nice punt, I would say. And yeah, I like Chalobah, Saliba, Anderson. Yeah, I like your team. Wirtz in for Saka, Cunha in for Bruno, and Ekitike in for Thiago, and captain Ekitike. Nice moves, bold moves. Good luck for you. I don't have the money to go from Minte or from Anderson to someone like Wirtz. I think that I'm not sure if Florian Wirtz is still it's right now a good option for the long term, but for the next two, I think that he's a really nice option. And if you have the transfers and you don't mind having him after that, perfectly fine. Yeah, so I like your moves. Ahil Sayed. Should I play Petrovic or Dubravka? So Petrovic against Brentford or Dubravka against Everton? Interesting question. So Burnley are playing at home, right, against Everton. I mean, maybe I would play Dubravka slightly, because I think that, I don't know, I think that Bournemouth they're playing away also. I think that they are going to concede against Brentford. Maybe also Burnley are going to concede against Everton, but at least they are playing at home and they are a little bit better at home, so maybe Dubravka. Yeah, as you said, Bournemouth have been atrocious away from home. Ekitike captain is very brave. Yeah, it's very brave, but again, if you don't want to captain Haaland, probably Ekitike is the one. So MD Sakil, you send me your team, you send me 2 teams. Oh, okay. It was closer than I first thought. Yeah. Also, my first thought was that, yeah, why would you play Dubravka? But again, the fixture is pretty decent. Everton also are missing a lot of players. Dewsbury Hall, Njae, again, all these players, Idrissa Gana Gueye. So yeah, I don't see Everton as this, I don't know, full force attacking force. So yeah, I don't mind. We're going to look also at some projections. I'm really curious to see how those are going. What about Reece James starting tomorrow? I think that Reece James is going to start. So again, if you have him into your team, probably I would just keep. But I don't think that Chelsea players are players you want to buy right now in the short term. I just think that the fixtures are not good enough for Chelsea to buy players. Dubravka, Alderete, Timber, O'Reilly, Bruno, Foden, Saka, Semenyo, Haaland, Thiago, Raul, bench Petrovic, Anderson and Henderson. Bruno, yeah, you need to sell Bruno. Ekitike for Thiago, Bruno to Cunha and Raul to Guyu, or Obi to afford this. Probably I would go for Obi right now, just because from Game 21-22, you're going to want to have some Chelsea players, and I don't think that I don't think that I would buy Gui right now, because he's going to block you a spot from Chelsea, so probably I'll just go for Obi. But as you said before, Bruno to Cunha is the obvious transfer you can make probably this game week, and then Thiago to Ekitike, if you have the money to do that, it's perfectly fine. And if that's for free, Abu J81, I like it. News on Gakpo. Hi Marcus. The latest news for Gakpo is, I think, that the same as 3 days ago. He's 50-50 to start. He's 50-50, so I don't know. I don't think that I would risk it. If you have Gakpo, you can keep him and play him, I guess. But if not, I just don't think that Gakpo is a buy, at least now in Game Week 18. Maybe in Game Week 19, if Gakpo is going to be fit, I'm also going to look to buy him. But right now, I don't think that you can justify that. Bruno to Casemiro to free up some funds might work too. I guess, but yeah, Casemiro is just not the player I would be so much more excited to have in my team. Again, Cunha could be on penalties also, and he's going to have much more attacking threat than Casemiro, I think, although Casemiro can't score goals, we know that. So from M-Day, Sakil, you have 1.5 million in the bank and you have 0 free transfer, so you used already all your transfers. Raya, O'Reilly, Calafiori, Virgil van Dijk, really nice. Wilson, Foden, Cunha, Anderson, Thiago, Ekitike, Haaland. Yeah. In your case, I would just play with your starting 11, because yeah, I would bench Rodon, Minte and Van Heck for sure. You have a slight doubt with Wilson, I would say, but if somehow Wilson is not going to play any minutes, you have Rodon, which is okay. So probably your team is okay for this game. You can't do anything else. I wouldn't take -4 MD to change your team. So let's move to see some projections. Hi Denis, Ekitike captain. Hi David Nekovar, thanks a lot for joining, really appreciate it. I see some courage. Happy New Year and have a nice time. Thanks a lot. Happy holidays, Happy New Year everyone who's celebrating, and good luck with your punt on Ekitike captain. As a Liverpool fan, I really hope that it's going to work out for you. I really hope that Ekitike is going to score a hat-trick or something like that. And yeah, good luck. I think that it is a brave decision, but at the same time, I think that you can argue that Ekitike is the best captaincy option this week if we forget about what Haaland has done this season. So yeah, although that's really, it's tough to. If we look here at predicted FPL points for Game Week 18, this is how it's going. Again, it's just a projection, guys, so don't expect all these things to happen as you see them on the screen. Haaland is still predicted to score the most points this game week, and for good reasons, considering his history this season. Nobody would be surprised if Haaland scores 2 goals against Nottingham Forest, right? Other than that, Bukayo Saka, again, if you have Bukayo Saka, I think that he's a decent hold. I'm not sure if I would buy Bukayo Saka at the moment, but if you have him, I think that he's still decent. McAllister is really interesting there. I'm just not sure what's McAllister doing there. Maybe because probably he's going to be on penalties for Liverpool. But other than that, yeah, I don't think that I don't think that McAllister is a good buy anyway. Because Soboslai is going to be back next gaming, so yeah, he's going to be on penalties until Salah is going to join again. Foden, Virgil van Dijk, Wirtz. Interesting there to see McAllister higher up than Wirtz. Interesting. Tarkovsky, Frimpong, Cunha, Palmer, Keane, Bowen, Timber, Calafiori. No problem, David. No problem. Is Wilson going to be left out of the West Ham game? I can't guarantee you that, Labsies. There is a doubt around Harry Wilson. The coach said that they hope he's going to be available. He's a doubt. Again, if you have Wilson, probably I would play him. And hopefully, if he's not going to play any minutes at all. But if you don't have Wilson, I would just not buy him. Easy decision there. Hi Steve. Hey Dennis, what do you think of Gordon as an option for Bruno replacement? How well do you think Cunha United does without Bruno? Again, Manchester United are going to be weaker, right, without Bruno Fernandes, but Cunha as an option, I just don't think that that's going to impact that much how Cunha is going to play, because now, I don't know, Cunha is pretty much the main man from Manchester United in attack. He was already better than Bruno Fernandes in terms of XG in the last 2-3 games. If you watch those games, Cunha should have scored more goals. He should have got more assists. He could be also on penalties now that Bruno Fernandes is out. So again, I just think that Cunha suddenly is a better option without Bruno Fernandes. So Gordon is nice. But if you ask me who I would go from Bruno Fernandes, Cunha or Gordon, 100% I would just go for Cunha, I think, because his minutes are going to be much better. The fixtures are much better in the short term. And yeah, with Gordon, the same old story. He's going to play 70 minutes every game. He could be benched also in this festive period, really congested period. I thought also about Gordon for my team. At the end of the day, I didn't go on with that transfer. I could have sold Anderson from Nottingham Forest to buy Gordon, but I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure about Anthony Gordon at the moment. They have so much depth in those areas. The wingers, they have a lot of wingers who can play, and Gordon definitely is not going to play 90 minutes every game. So I like him as a punt, Gordon, but I think that Bruno to Cunha, if you don't have Cunha already, is the easier transfer, easier choice. Wolves will play low block similar to how they played against Arsenal, which is why I captain Haaland instead of Ekitike. Fair enough, Labsies. I'm also captaining Haaland instead of Ekitike, but I also think that Ekitike is a nice captaincy option if you're brave enough to go there. Wirtz versus McAllister on a free. I would go for Wirtz. I would go for Florian Wirtz 100%. On a free, I don't know. He's a perfect player to have on your free, Florian Wirtz, at the moment, because nobody, not nobody, because in the last few days a lot of people are buying Florian Wirtz, but on a free, his ownership is not going to be that huge. He's going to be a huge differential, and I just like him. I just like him as a pick on a free rather than go for someone like McAllister. I think that it's much more exciting to go for Florian Wirtz. Now let me just so we talked about Burnley and Bournemouth, right? So yeah, the projections are agreeing with me, not Nepo, with playing Dubravka he has a 24% chance of keeping a clean sheet and Bournemouth have 21. So again, it's not such a big difference, but it's a close decision, right, between Dubravka and Petrovic. Thank you, mate. Thanks a lot, Steve. Happy holidays also for you. Really appreciate the support. Thoughts on Ekitike captaincy? Hi, Tab. Really appreciate you joining the stream. I like him. I like him as an option. Again, if you want to go against Erling Haaland, Ekitike is the best captaincy option probably after that. I'm still picking Erling Haaland on my own team to captain. I just think that he's on penalties firstly, and we saw against Crystal Palace, Erling Haaland played a pretty bad game against Crystal Palace, but he scored a header, he got a penalty, and he ended up on 2 goals and 1 assist, something like that, without doing pretty much anything. So yeah, it is important that Haaland is on penalties, and probably he's going to play more minutes than Ekitike, I would say. But definitely the fixture is better for Ekitike, and I don't mind. If you want to captain Ekitike, just go for it. Just go for it, but be prepared. I also had Ekitike in Game Week 16 when I used my free, and I've gone without Erling Haaland when he played against Crystal Palace. So it made a lot of sense to go against Erling Haaland in that fixture, but I was prepared. I knew that it was totally a possibility for Haaland to score 2 goals against Crystal Palace, and that happened, unluckily for me, but yeah, you need to be prepared. If you're going to captain Ekitike, you need to be prepared for Haaland to score 2 goals, because he can do that. He can get 2 penalties out of nowhere and score 2 goals. We know how Cunha was with Wolves. He's hit the form too. He's a great pick. Yeah, he's getting better, Cunha. Hi Radu Gavriluța, Merry Christmas, thanks a lot for joining the stream. My team already bought in Rice for Bruno. Should I take a hit to sell Vicario, Richards or Gibbs White? So Vicario is playing against Crystal Palace. No, in most cases I wouldn't take a hit, honestly. After we just got 5 free transfer, I don't think that it's worth it to take a hit at the moment. So to sell Vicario, Richards or Gibbs White. Richards, again, if you can bench him and you have a decent bench cover, just keep him. Probably is going to be fine for next week against Fulham. So I don't think that you should take a hit to sell Richards. And Gibbs White, again, I'm not sure exactly how it's his situation, but I think that Gibbs White is fit to play, right? And in that case, yeah, probably I'll just keep him and reassess next week when you have free transfers. Vicario, again, for free, if you can sell him for someone like, I don't know, Kelleher, you're not going to go for Verbruggen, right? Because he's playing against Arsenal. Yeah, I wouldn't take a hit, Radu Gavriluța. I don't think I'm going against Haaland as captain for the rest of the season. Fair enough, fair enough. Also, guys, don't forget to like the stream if you enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. It would be really much appreciated. Hey, Denis the Menace, thanks a lot. MKaki for joining. Happy holidays, guys. Wirtz is the talisman for Liverpool right now. He's the main playmaker. Yeah, he's getting better. He's getting better. Every action is going through Florian Wirtz. And what's missing at the moment are the goals. He's perfectly capable of getting some assists, and I suspect that when he's going to get some assists, he's going to be also great for bonus points, because he's so involved in everything Liverpool are doing on the pitch. I think that is going to be something like Bruno Fernandes. Talking about that, I have Wirtz. What do you think? To captain him. Thank you very much. You're doing very good streaming. Thanks a lot, David Nekovar. Really appreciate the kind words. Really appreciate it. Happy holidays also for you. Yeah, I don't think that I would captain Wirtz. I think that he's a nice punt, but I just don't think that I'm going to be brave enough to, if I had him in my team, I don't think that I would be brave enough to captain him. And also, if you give me the option between captaining Ekitike or Florian Wirtz, I would still go for Ekitike. I think that he's he's much more in form. I had him, I remember when I had him in my free in Game Week 16, Ekitike against Brighton. He had so many shots. He scored 2 goals in that game, but he should have scored, I think, 3 or 4. He had a lot of chances to score, and I think that he's a really fun FPL pick. He's getting a lot of shots. He's, I don't know, some kind of individualist in that sense. He's shooting a lot rather than passing, and that's good for FPL. We like a player who's shooting a lot, and yeah, I would captain Ekitike instead of Wirtz. But if you want to go super fun, yeah, I don't mind it. Hi Riot, thanks a lot for joining. Hey mate, which is better for free hit now or week 19? I have Thiago, Voldemort and Haaland up front. 3 free transfers, only Bruno and Wilson flagged. Please help. Bruno is a sell. Bruno is a sell. I would sell Bruno to Cunha, probably. As I said before, I think that's the most obvious transfer to do this week. And Wilson, if you have Wilson, probably I would just play him and maybe sell him next game week if he's, I don't know, not going to be fit or something like that. Now, what is the best week to frit? Game week 18 or 19? I think that in 19 you can have Newcastle players against Burnley. You can have still 3 Liverpool players. You can have 3 City players against Sunderland. Yeah, let me just see the fixtures a minute for Game Week 19. Man United, again, maybe someone like Dalot against Wolverhampton, maybe someone like Mount or Sesko alongside Cunha. Crystal Palace against Fulham, Arsenal against Aston Villa, Brighton against West Ham, Chelsea against Bournemouth. You can have some Chelsea defenders probably on a free hit 19. So again, it really depends. It really depends how your team is looking. If your team is looking okay for Game Week 18, just use your free hit in Game Week 19. There's no problem with that. But yeah, Bruno is a sell, I think. Bruno is a sell anyway, so I would just sell him probably this game week and free it in game week 19. Why don't you say hello to me? I said, Mkaki, thanks a lot for joining. Happy holidays also for you. Thanks a lot for joining the stream, really appreciate it. I said it. I saw your comment. As a Liverpool fan, do you have soft spots for the Liverpool players in FPL? I guess, again, I don't know, for me it worked well because I'm a Liverpool fan, and in the last few years, in the last, I don't know, 6-7 years, Liverpool were a really good team to have also in FPL, so it was easy for me to pick players like Mohamed Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Robertson, all these kind of players. It was easy because I'm also a fan and they were also doing amazingly. And right now, again, I think that they're getting better. And yeah, I feel like, obviously, as a Liverpool fan, I think that I know more about how Liverpool are playing than I can know about, I don't know, a team like Chelsea, Man United, Manchester City. So I feel like I knew better the options we have in FPL. I can assess better someone like Wirtz, someone like Gakpo, someone like Ekitike, Alexander Isak, again, all these defenders. So I like to have Liverpool players in FPL, don't get me wrong, but when they were really bad, I didn't have any Liverpool players. I don't know, 5-6 game weeks ago, I didn't have any. So if Liverpool are going to play really bad, I'm not going to keep the Liverpool players just for the sake of it. So yeah, my potential Gibbs White replacements would be Wirtz, Gordon and Rodgers. I want to sell him because he has not been returning at all in FPL, and I would have to start Goodmanson instead of him. Fair enough, Radu Gavriluca. Now, from those options, I would not go for Rodgers because I just don't like the next 2 fixtures: Chelsea away, Arsenal away. Easy as that. From those 3 options, again, I'm a Liverpool fan, so take it as you want. Maybe I'm a little bit more biased, but I think that for the next 2 fixtures, Florian Wirtz is better than Gordon and then Morgan Rodgers. Now, call me crazy, but that's just my opinion. So if you don't mind, I don't know, buying Wirtz, keeping him for 2, 3, 4 game weeks, and then selling him, just go for Wirtz. I think that he's a nice punt also to go in FPL for the next two. Gordon is probably would be the second one because the fixtures are great. He's also on penalties when he's playing. And Rogers, probably he's the best long-term options from all those three, but I just don't like the next two. So that's my question. Hi Josh, 10. Thanks a lot for joining. 18 people on the stream. Really appreciate you guys for turning up to the stream. Happy holidays to all of you. Yo Dennis, now that I have done my wildcard, will my transfers reset to 1 next week? I had 3 this week. No, if you use your wildcard and you had 3 free transfers, you're going to have the same amount of transfer in Game Week 19. So it's not going to... Right? Yeah, it's not going to reset. That was some years ago, right? When you used some a wildcard, then your transfers would reset. But right now, if you're going to use a chip, you're going to have the same amount of transfers after that. Josh, hi AliKRFC, thanks a lot for joining. Hello all, Dennis, I missed the price changes for Ekitike and Bruno Fernandes. Now I've got only 7 million for midfielder. Thoughts on Grealish? I think that Grealish is fine. Again, not too exciting or something like that. Grealish is not that kind of player who's going to score 2 goals every game week, right? But if you want a 6.4 million midfielder, I'm not exactly sure what's his price. I think that Grealish is fine. But if you buy Grealish, you need to keep him for the next 5 or something like that to be worth it, I guess. I suppose. Hi Damon, thanks a lot for joining. Your brother Lewis Hall, good long-term pick. I think that yes, yeah, with Dan Burn injury, I think that he's more nailed. His minutes are going to be better. The only problem with Lewis Hall is the capability of him playing all the games, starting all the games, playing 90 minutes every game week. But if he's going to get those games, I think that he's the best. He's the best defender probably from Newcastle to own. Hi Spidey, thanks a lot for joining. Also Danny Dimitrov, thanks a lot for joining. Good to see you guys here. Hopefully you're enjoying the holidays. Gordon or Rice in as a transfer this week. I think that Gordon is the much more exciting pick. But it really depends what you want to get, Reese, because Rice is a player. If you're going to buy Rice, you just set and forget him. You play him for the next 5-6 fixtures, because if you're going to buy Rice and then you see him getting 2 points, 3 points, 4 points, and you're going to be upset about that, then probably Declan Rice is not the player you want to get. And the same with Anthony Gordon. He's a much more exciting pick on penalties. He's a winger, obviously. The fixtures are great for Newcastle. For Arsenal, the fixtures are not that good. But he's not playing 90 minutes every game week. He could be benched. And a lot of the goals in the Premier League, I think that 30% or something that are scored in the last 20-25 minutes of each game. So that's a really important period Gordon is usually missing. So again, if you're okay with the risks, I would just go for Gordon. If you want a set and forget pick who's going to deliver decent FPL amount of points for the next 5, 6, 7 fixtures, just go for Declan Rice. Probably makes a lot of sense. Reese, hi Ice, Cole Jones, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Haaland or Ekitike for captain? I'm captaining Haaland. Currently I'm captaining Haaland, but I like Ekitike. If you want to bet against the hugely ownership of Erling Haaland, I think that Ekitike is the next best captain this week, so I don't mind it at all. Thanks Dennis, thanks Josh for joining the stream. Happy holidays. Really appreciate you turning up to the stream. Hi Max, -8 to remove Saka, Enzo and Raul to get Ekitike, Rice and Chiesa, or -4 remove Thiago and Enzo for Ekitike and Miley. what I would do with your team, Max, probably would be to not take any hit at all. Again, that's just what I would do. If you want to take my no -8 to remove Bukayo Saka, that's nonsense. No, don't do that. Please don't do that. Bukayo Saka is arguably, I don't want to say a better pick than Ekitike, but he's close. He's close to Ekitike for Game Week 18. He just have a tougher fixture, Bukayo Saka, but he could be also on penalties. He could take the penalties, Bukayo Saka, so I would just keep him. No way, no way. I wouldn't sell Bukayo Saka even for free, I think, for this fixture. And -4 to remove Thiago and Enzo to Ekitike. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that, but that's just my opinion, Max. So again, feel free to not listen to me. Yeah, I bought Ekitike for free. For -4, there are few cases I would buy Ekitike, I guess, but in most cases I would try to avoid taking a -4. But yeah, noted. Thanks, man. No problem, Max. Again, it's just my opinion. Feel free to do which options you want. If you want to take some punts, just go for it. I think Enzo for Chiesa, it's free too. As I said before, if you want to go for Chiesa, just go for it. But I don't know, Arne Slot, Chiesa didn't start any game, I think, for Liverpool in the Premier League. Now, I know that the circumstances maybe help him a little bit. If Gakpo is going to be out, somebody has to play, but I'm just not sure if Chiesa is going to start against Wolverhampton, because they could play Wirtz, Ekitike, Frimpong as a right winger, and then just play Gravenberch, McAllister, Soboslai, Curtis Jones, and Bradley as a right back. So they could easily play without Federico Chiesa, I think, and I would just not take that risk to buy Chiesa. But yeah, makes sense, mate. I think Ekitike is fear of missing out. There's a lot again of fear of missing out probably with Ekitike, but for what's worth, I think that he's a great option for the next two fixtures. But I would not, I don't know, rip up your team to buy Ekitike. I don't think that he's essential or anything like that. I just think that he's a great option. For the next two. I bought him for free. I sold Mateta. Again, I think that it's a big upgrade from Mateta to Ekitike in my team, of course. But for -4, I wouldn't do Mateta to Ekitike. Honestly, I would just keep Mateta probably against Spurs. I wouldn't have done that transfer for -4. Start Anderson or Chalobah or Gudmundsson. So it's Anderson from Nottingham Forest. I think that I would start Chalobah. From Chelsea Spidey, because I just rate that Chelsea defense highly. I sent you my team, 3 transfers and some serious changes for this week. You can check it out. Yeah, for sure, Danny Dimitrov. Let's move to see your team. So Bruno to Rogers, Mateta to Ekitike, and Richards to Chow. Okay, you made 3 free transfers. Again, Rogers, I like him long term as an option. There was no way I would be buying someone like Rogers before Chelsea away, before Arsenal away. But hopefully for you, Danny Dimitrov is going to work out. Hopefully he can score some wordies again. Other than that, I like that you bought, Mateta to Ekitike like me, and Richards to Chow. I like Chow for the long term for sure. Other than that, Haaland captain, Ekitike, really nice. Cunha, Rice, Cherky, I really like your team. You're missing Foden again, but you're going different with someone like Cherky. Keane, O'Reilly, Timber, Dubravka, I really like your team. I think that your team is probably better than mine, I would say. In defense, at least, I really like your defense. I wish I had someone like Keane in my team, but it is what it is. But I really like your team. Yeah, I'm okay with Villa versus Chelsea against Arsenal. I will bench him and do 4-4-2 with Chow starting over Rodgers. Fair enough. Fair enough, Dani Dimitrov. That's a great plan. That's a great plan. Good luck. I think that Rodgers is nice long term anyway. So yeah. I'm going to make a poll soon for you guys to answer it soon uh, because I want you guys to help me a little bit. Now, seeing the odds here also, Crystal Palace 32% of keeping a clean sheet, Leeds 31. Yeah, I'm just going to, again, this is just a feeling. I just have a feeling that game Sunderland Leeds is going to end up 0-0, is going to end up 0-0. But this is just a feeling. This is just a feeling again based on nothing, pretty much. Let's see how that's going to go. Other than that, Arsenal, Everton, Man City, teams who are likely to keep a clean sheet. Yeah, Chelsea also have a good chance of keeping a clean sheet. Spidey also sent me his team. I'm an Arsenal fan, so obviously I will go against him. Nice. Okay, thanks a lot. Can stay longer today, but wish you good luck this game weekend. We'll see you next time. Thanks a lot, Dani Dimitrov, for joining. Happy holidays if you're celebrating. Happy New Year. And thanks a lot for being here again on the stream. Really appreciate the support this year. It has been amazing. So this is your team. Spidey, O'Reilly, Keane, Chalobah, Dubravka, Virgil van Dijk. Really nice defense. Rice, Cunha, Foden, Ekitike, Bowen, Haaland. So nothing else to say. Nothing else to say on this team. Enzo on the bench. Yeah. As you asked me about Chalobah. So I think that I would play Chalobah instead of Anderson. Instead of Enzo Fernandez. Maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure there. Usually I would just advise you guys to play the attacker here, in this case, to play Enzo Fernandez instead of Chalobah, but I'm just not sure how many goals Chelsea are going to score in this fixture, and I think that the chance of keeping a clean sheet is good for Chelsea. Also for defensive contributions, Chalobah also has some attacking threat, so yeah, I like him also. Happy holidays to you too, thanks a lot, Dani Dimitrov. I know not having Arsenal defense going to hurt me again, but I don't really want to buy anyone right now. I mean, you have Van Dijk, you have O'Reilly, you have Keane, who are arguably, I don't know, better than someone like Timber, I would say. Let's see how the game is going to end, but I'm pretty much in the same boat as you. I have just Raya from Arsenal, and I would like to get another Arsenal defender, but I'm just not sure if this is the right time to buy Arsenal defenders. So yeah, I'm happy with my actual defenders. Might go Virgil to Gabriel if he's back. Yeah, same. If Gabriel is going to be back in gaming 20, 21, something that I'm just going to do Van Dijk to Gabriel too. An easy swap there, I would say. Other than that, what I would do, I would put the vice captaincy on Ekitike, probably just to not have the captain and the vice captain from the same team. In case something happens, I would go vice captaining Ekitike. That's what I would change with your team. That's all. Hey man, I'm back again with some more help. Would you go Dubravka? Would you do Dubravka or Donnarumma? Who would I would play? Easy, Donnarumma. Yeah, I would play Donnarumma over Dubravka any day. Big Dev, thanks a lot also for joining the stream. Happy holidays to you too. 16 likes, thanks a lot guys for the support on this stream. Hit that subscribe button also if you're new here. Check the memberships if you want to support the channel even more. It would be really much appreciated. And yeah, we have 1 hour and 30 minutes still, right, till the deadline. I think that I'm going to need to go to the bed until this stream is going to end. Oh yeah, I almost never check vice captaincy, lol. Yeah, again, but it could happen sometimes. It's really rare that your captain is not playing, but if the game gets postponed or something like that, you don't want to have your vice captain Foden, I would say. So yeah. Now what I want to make a poll, because here again I'm pretty sure I want to play O'Reilly, Alderete and Virgil van Dijk. Those three I'm going to play, but then I want to make a poll to ask you guys, who would you play, Lacroix, Anderson or Rodon? Because I think that it's not an easy decision. Yeah, so I'm making the poll. Please answer to help me. Bro, Haaland or Ekitike, captain. Hi, Al Hussein. As you can see from my screen, I'm captaining Erling Haaland currently, so I think that Ekitike is a nice captaincy option if you want to go different. I think that he's fine. If you want to captain Ekitike, I think that's fine, but I'm slightly more convinced about just going for Haaland. I think that he's much more safe. So yeah, I'm going to go boring this week and just captaining Haaland. But yeah, Ekitike is the second best captaincy option probably. Good Enzo replacements for under 6.8 millions. Ooh, interesting. Let's see. We go to transfers. So midfielders, let's say 7 millions. Bruno Guimaraes is 7. Wilson, probably I wouldn't go there now. Tavernier, probably I wouldn't go there now. Dewsbury Hall, we don't know when he's going to be back. Enzo Fernandez is going to be an interesting one, but probably you don't want to buy him now with the fixtures Chelsea are going to have soon. Kudus, I would say Kudus and Grealish probably are really decent options at that price for the next few. Again, looking at Kudus, he could be on penalties. He's going to play against Palace, Brentford, Sunderland, Bournemouth, West Ham, Burnley, and then the fixtures are getting tougher. But yeah, I think Kudus is decent for 6.4 millions, and 6.5 is Grealish, who's also having decent fixtures, a nice entry point right now against Burnley in game week 18. Other than that, it really depends if you want to get a midfielder, I don't know, at 6 point something ish, or you just want to make a downgrade by someone like Enzo Lefebvre. for an example, and upgrade elsewhere maybe. Soboslai, I like Soboslai from Game Week 19 onwards, because obviously he's going to miss Game Week 18 with the suspension. Enzo Lefebvre, if you want a cheap midfielder, probably Enzo Lefebvre is the one. Nice entry point against Leeds if you want to play him. On penalties, decent minutes, 90, almost 90 every game week. Yeah, Reinders, probably not. Mount, I like him as a punt. Jeremy Pino, I like him as a punt, also really cheap. Cherky, I like him as a punt, 6.6. So yeah, probably this would be where I would go. Probably I would go for Soboslai from Game Week 19, or if you really want a midfielder for this game week, probably I would go for Grealish or Kudus at that price. But yeah, if you want a cheap one, also Enzo Lefebvre, I think that he's nice. Spidey, please convince me to cap Ekitike as I really want to go against Haaland. Okay, Mkaki. Liverpool are going to have the best. I don't want, again, firstly, I don't want to convince you to captain Ekitike just for the sake of it. But if you want some reasons to captain Ekitike, I think that Liverpool have probably the best fixture for any team this week. They are predicted to score the most goals in Game Week 18. Isak is injured. Obviously, Ekitike's minutes are going to be great. He's going to be the main man. He's the number 9 for Liverpool. This is a nice fixture, playing at Anfield, all the good stuff. Again, he's not on penalties, but he's in great form at the moment. He scored, I think, 5 goals in the last 3 games. So, yeah, he's good. Talking about Haaland, again, Nottingham Forest away. Usually, Haaland is not doing that good away from home. But against Fulham and against Crystal Palace, he did amazingly. Now, yeah, I can't say other reasons. Haaland is still the best striker in the world probably at the moment. So, yeah, but other than that, I think that Ekitike is going to be a nice option too. I already got Anderson, so I don't want to go for a super low budget like Lefebvre or Dewsbury Hall. Okay. I mean, again, you could, if you want to replace Anderson in the future, you could go for someone like Enzo Lefebvre, and I don't know, in the next few game weeks, upgrade someone like Anderson to another midfielder like, I don't know, Gakpo or any other like that. But if not, Kudus, Grealish, I like them probably for, if you ask me right now, probably these are really decent options. Maybe in the next, in 1, 2, 3 game weeks, other midfielders are going to emerge. But right now, yeah. Hey mate, do you remember me? Hitesh Giwali, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Of course I remember you. I'm not sure if you were back on my stream since I started making YouTube again in March or something like that, but I remember you definitely from the past times, right? The old good times. Yeah, of course I remember your name. Really appreciate to see you here again. Really good to see you here again. Happy holidays also if you're celebrating, and happy new year. Thanks a lot for joining the stream again. It's a pleasure to see you here again on the stream, and hopefully you're doing fine as well. Haha, I am definitely not convinced. Okay, yeah, other than that, I'm not sure what to say to you. If we look at the profile for Ekitike, look at the XG he got against Brighton, and against Leeds. 0.98, 0.80. So yeah, and if we look at Haaland, let's compare. 1.02 against West Ham. This is not the best comparison. 0.96 against Crystal Palace, but again, he took a penalty, so that's why his XG is almost 1 because of that penalty mainly. And against Sunderland, 0.43. Now, again, I think that Ekitike has better stats in the last 3 game weeks, of course, because he scored a lot of goals. But yeah, I already have Timber. Hope you had a good Christmas, Dennis. Start too. Thanks a lot, Sean. Happy holidays also to you. Start to Hincapie, Semenyo, or Bruno Guimaraes? Semenyo for sure I would start, and probably Bruno Guimaraes, because with Hincapie I'm just not sure if he's going to start. I already have Timber. Yeah, I would start Semenyo, no questions there. And I will start probably also Bruno Guimaraes. Now, if please correct me, guys, I didn't pay a lot of attention to FPL Twitter in the last few days, but the latest news I've got is that Hincapie got an injury, and that's pretty much it. Arteta didn't say anything else, so maybe he's going to be fit to play, but I just need to expect Hincapie to not be available, right? But I don't know. I'm just not sure. I guess if you have Hincapie, I think that he's a better pick than Bruno Guimaraes, right? So just you can risk him and play Hincapie, and hopefully he's not going to cause you any problems. But yeah, Semenyo and Hincapie and Bruno Guimaraes on the bench. Probably it's not going to matter because probably Hincapie is going to be out. So yeah, yes, true. And we are Insta Buddy too. Yeah, I remember you definitely. Hitesh Giwali, thanks a lot for joining the stream again after all this time. Really appreciate your support. Happy holidays, Dennis. Got to go now for dinner. Got the captain Ekitike. Good luck, Mkaki. Hopefully for you and for me as a Liverpool fan, hopefully Ekitike is going to score a hat-trick, and we're going to get some money out of him. So yeah, good luck. Happy holidays. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year, Mkaki, and yeah, we're going to see you next time. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Hincapie wasn't pictured in trainings. I'm in training pictures. I'm just reading something, but that's not helpful at all for us anyway. Yeah. Hey Dennis, hi Aaron, thanks a lot for joining. Really good to see you here. Good evening, Tanuja Aurora also. Who would you start from my squad? Roy Anderson, Timber, Tarkovsky, Nunez, Rogers, Foden, Wilson, Haaland, Ekitike, Calvert-Lewin, bench Dubravka, Saka, Mukiele. Yeah, definitely I would start Bukayo Saka. No way you can bench Bukayo Saka from my point of view. Now, yeah, Anderson, Timber, Tarkovsky, Nunez, Rogers, Foden, Wilson. First of all, probably I would start Saka instead of Rogers or Anderson. So yeah, probably I would start Saka instead of Rogers. Probably I would bench Rogers. Unsure about Wilson, Saka, and also wherever to start my Sunderland players over the others. No, I mean your other defenders are great. Raya, Timber, Tarkovsky, Nunez. You need to start all these three. With Wilson, I feel like if I had Wilson in my team, I would just play him and hopeful that he's going to start, and if not, hopefully he's not going to be part of all, and another player from your bench is going to come in instead of him. But what I would do, definitely I would start Bukayo Saka. I mean, he was rested in the cup. Sorry, no, he wasn't. Was he? Yeah, he was rested, I think, in the cup. So you have no reasons really to not start Bukayo Saka if you have him in your team. He's one of the best players to have for Game Week 18, I think. So I would start Saka instead of Rodgers, instead of Wilson, if you don't want that. And Sunderland players, yeah, I would bench them probably. Wildcard draft: Pickford, Frimpong, Keane, Timber, Rice, Gordon, Foden, Cherky, Bowen, Haaland, Ekitike, bench, Verbruggen, Miley, Alderete, Rodon, in the bank 2.1 million. Okay, so you have a lot of money in the bank, Aaron. And I suppose that Frimpong is just a short-term pick, because I'm just not sure if Frimpong is going to be an amazing pick long-term, but you have the money in the bank to just go from, I don't know, Frimpong to someone like Gabriel probably. Never go against Haaland. Also, Sobo is missing. Yeah. Other than that, I like your team. Again, you have Rice, Timber, Gordon, Foden, Cherky, and Haaland. Yeah, I like the team. You're going to play a 3-4-3, something like that. Yeah, I like your draft. Maybe I would go for someone like Sanchez instead of Pickford, but yeah. Still, I have my triple captain. I'm confused either to use it this game week or next one, because I don't have Ekitike now. If you don't have Ekitike now, yeah, I think that I would just use the triple captaincy on Haaland this game week rather than waiting next game week to use it against Sunderland. I think that it's not such a big difference between the fixture difficulty, and I would just use it now because we saw what happened before. Now you have Haaland, who is fit to play. Maybe next game week he's going to get injured or something like that, so I would just use it as fast as possible, honestly. Hitesh Gewali, but yeah. Hi Denis, how are you? Doing great. Yeah, a little bit tired from all these holidays and festive meetings, but other than that, really happy. You still going with Haaland? Any reason to not captain Ekitike? I mean, there are a lot of reasons, I would say. Haaland is on penalties, probably more likely to get 90 minutes, and it's Erling Haaland, so probably, yeah, I'm going to go boring and safe with Haaland this week. It's Christmas, I don't want any more headaches. I think that Ekitike is fair enough, equally good captaincy option, I would say, like Ekitike, but I'm just leaning slightly towards Erling Haaland for this fixture because I was burned a lot by Erling Haaland when he played against Crystal Palace, and yeah, I think that he's safer pretty much. So yeah, I think that having Ekitike is enough for me for this week. So hey Dennis, hi Flash, thanks a lot for joining. Dennis, should I start Fofana or Anderson? I would start Fofana from Chelsea if he's going to be fit. My plan is Frimpong to Gabriel when he's back, and maybe if Cunha performs, him over Gordon. Yeah, probably I would have Cunha. If I would be using my wildcard. Aaron, again, if that's instead of Gordon, if that's instead of Cherky, you need to figure it out, but probably I would have Cunha on the wildcard because I would love to have him from gaming 19, 20, 21. The fixtures are amazing for United. I just think that Cunha is a great option. And yeah, but the plan from Frimpong to Gabriel, it's nice. Would you sell Gibbs White and Richards to Wirtz, Gordon and Frimpong or any other defender? I would take -8. As I said before, Radu Gavriluc, I would not like to take a -8 or a -4. And going for Frimpong, I don't think that it's worth it. If you're on a wildcard, if you're on a free, then yeah, Frimpong looks okay. But as a long-term option, again, he could be amazing. He could play right winger until Mohamed Salah is going to be back from AFCON, but we don't know that. They could easily just play without Frimpong. Liverpool, so they weren't amazing defensively, so it's not like you're buying someone like Frimpong and the level it's Arsenal defense or something like that. It's still Liverpool, they are still conceding a lot of chances, so I would not take a -4 or -8 to buy Frimpong probably. And the other options in defense are just not great in Game Week 18, I feel. I know that I said that also in Game Week 17, but the thing is, again, if you want to buy a defender, probably it's Keane or Tarkowski or Virgil van Dijk. But Keane also, when Braithwaite is going to be back, maybe he's going to miss out. Tarkowski is on 4 yellow cards, so it's also risky. So yeah. Gibbs White to Wirtz and Gordon, yeah, I like it. I like it. If you want to go for a punt for the next 2-3, just go Wirtz. If you want to go a little bit more safe, although Gordon is not safe to start every gaming, I would go Gordon. He's on penalties also. Hi Vukek, thanks a lot for joining, really appreciate it. Also Jamie Stravik, thanks a lot, really good to see you here. Hey bro, are you able to look at my team if I give my team ID, or should I just send the question in chat? If you can, Jamie, just send me a screenshot of your team on Twitter, on X, or just write it in chat. I'm going to ask your questions anyway, so don't worry about that. Hitesh Gewali, thinking for the triple captain to either Liverpool defense. I have Konate and Van Dijk too. Yeah, I wouldn't use the triple captaincy or on a Liverpool defender, to be honest with you. But yeah, if you go for it, good luck. Initially it was Virgil van Dijk over Frimpong, and the plan was to get Gabriel for Virgil once he's back. Cherky, I'm not sure, but the goal is always between him, Foden and Haaland. So Cherky to Cunha since I got fund. Okay, yeah, probably I would have Cunha on a wildcard Aaron, as I said before. But I like also your other options. It's not like those options are bad or anything else. I already have Wirtz. Should I replace him or not? Because I already have Virgil van Dijk, Ekitike and Wirtz. No, there's no reason to replace Florian Wirtz. I think that a lot of people are going to buy him. A lot of people bought him for Game Week 18, and I think that he's a fantastic option. A nice punt for these game weeks. The fixtures are great. So yeah, just keep Wirtz. And if you want to sell him next game week to Cunha. Chow, good pick from Game Week 19. Yeah, definitely. I'm going to look to that Newcastle defense. Someone like Lewis Hall, someone like Chow definitely are on my radar from Game Week 19 onwards. If I'm going to need to buy a defender. So yeah, he's a good pick. Fofana or Anderson. I as I said before, Flash, probably I would pick Fofana from Chelsea if he's going to start. Let me just check. Is Fofana injured or something like that? I would just play Fofana instead of Anderson. Flash, which one should I bench? Wilson, Tarkowski, Anderson, Virgil and Mukiele. So you need to bench one. I would definitely start Tarkowski and Van Dijk. Wilson, Anderson, Mukiele. I feel like Vukek, if you have Harry Wilson, you need to start him. So I would start Wilson, and if he's not going to feature, hopefully he's not going to get any minutes. So I would start Wilson, and then Anderson or Mukiele. I would start Mukiele and bench Anderson. Probably, yeah, probably I would bench Anderson from all those players. Should I put an Everton defender or Liverpool defender? So should you buy an Everton defender or a Liverpool defender? I'm not really understanding the question. If you have a Liverpool defender and an Everton defender in your team, you need to play both of them, I think. Want to start. Hi, Gita Advani, thanks a lot for joining. Want to start Esteve or Minte? That's a really tough decision, but I would start Esteve probably, although maybe it sounds a little bit crazy. I would start Esteve instead of Minte. Minte, I think that I would bench Minte in most teams. As you can see from my screen, he's the last on my bench and he's going to stay there. Hi Kaize, thanks a lot for joining. On bench boost, already have Pickford. Should I -4 Hincapie for Keane? No, I understand that you're on a bench boost and it doesn't feel great to have doubts in your bench boost, but I wouldn't take a -4 to buy a defender, honestly. So I would just hope for you, in your case, I would just pray that Hincapie is going to start, and yeah, I would not sell Hincapie for -4 just for you to use the bench boost, because you're already going to start on minus points on the bench boost, and that's not great. That doesn't feel great. Monitita, thanks a lot for joining. Also 25 people on the stream, really appreciate you guys joining the stream. Happy holidays for all of you. If you enjoyed the content, please consider leaving a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new here on the stream, and yeah, thanks a lot. Plan for Game Week 19, Wilson plus Hincapie out, Cunha and Chow in. Perfectly good plan, but let's see how Game Week 18 is going to end up first. And then, yeah, Cunha, even if you want to buy Cunha right now, he's a good option. He's a really good option, Mateusz Cunha, from my point of view. I'm down to 4 options. Bruno to Cunha, Bruno Raul to Anderson, Ekitike. I would just go for Enzo Lefebvre instead of Anderson probably there. On option 2, option 3, Bruno Thiago, Dewsbury Hall to Cunha, Ekitike, Edozie. I'm not sure who's Edozie, but yeah, -4. Bruno Thiago, Hincapie to Cunha, Ekitike, Keane. I like the idea of 1, 2. Hincapie could be well fit to play, so yeah. Bruno to Cunha, probably I would just do that. Or if you want to do Bruno Raul to Anderson, Ekitike, probably I would just do Bruno to Cunha anyway, I think. And figure out what you want to do. Have 2-3 transfers for next week, but I also am desperate for Cunha and Ekitike. However, having both uses all transfers and all budget. So you really need to see which player you want, I don't know, next most, Ekitike or Cunha. You can have both of them. For the next 4, I think that Cunha might be better than Ekitike actually, but for the next 2, Ekitike definitely is better than Cunha, so you just need to see. Thiago is okay. Thiago and Raul are decent picks anyway for this gaming, so you're not forced to buy Ekitike, I think. You have more priorities to fix in midfield. You have Dewsbury Hall, you have Bruno Fernandes, and yeah. All the best. Thanks a lot, Get Advani, for joining the stream. Hi Leox FPL, thanks a lot for joining. Start Stack or Bruno G? Probably I would start Stack. Is he 100% guaranteed to start? If not, just start Bruno Guimaraes, but yeah, probably I would start Stack, the better fixture. Radu Gavriluță, Gordon or Wirtz. I think that so far Wirtz hasn't been very attacking, but these injuries could change that. Again, Radu Gavriluță, Wirtz was rubbish in terms of FPL. If we talk about FPL, he was rubbish. He didn't do anything all season, right? I had him from Game Week 1. He was a big fail, Florian Wirtz, but he's getting better and better each game. He's really involved in everything Liverpool are doing at the moment, and the goals are going to come. The goals are going to come soon, sooner rather than later, I think. He's I don't know, I'm not 100% sure he's a pick you want to have long-term, Florian Wirtz, but he's good. For the next 2, definitely, I think that he's much, much better than Anthony Gordon. This is just my opinion again. Yeah. But I agree with you, he wasn't so involved in the, let's say, attacking in the goals and assists, right? Because he was also unlucky to not get more assists this season, that's, let's be honest, but yeah. I'm still waiting to make my transfers. When do I sell Saka? I would just keep Saka for this game week for sure, and then maybe next from game week 19 maybe look to sell Saka. But again, if you have better options to buy, right? If you have if you want to buy someone like Cunha, someone like Foden, then just sell Saka next game week probably. Pedro Neto, Gusto, and Rogers. Which one should I bench from 3? I mean, with Gusto, honestly, I'm just not sure when Gusto is starting. He doesn't seem to start every game week, right? Hitesh Gewali. But from those, Pedro Neto, Rogers, probably I will start Rogers from those 3. Merci, Joyeux Noël. Thanks a lot, Mornitita. Merry Christmas to you too. Thank you, Jamie, also. Thanks a lot for joining. Really appreciate it. So let's see how the poll is doing. So Lacroix, okay. So the majority of the people, 29 votes, are saying to me to play Lacroix, which is exactly what I'm doing. Fair enough, fair enough. I guess it makes a lot of sense to just play Lacroix, right? 1 hour till the deadline. Yeah, I'm just looking to see any news. Raul or Semenyo to play for this fixture. Probably I would go for Semenyo, honestly. Is Dubravka, Gravenberg, Mukiele, and Gay a good enough bench boost this week? Yeah. If you have the bench boost, just use it, because it's either this game week or next game week. And again, Gravenberg, this is another topic. Again, I don't think that he's an amazing FPL option in general, but on the bench boost, yeah, Dubravka against Everton at home is a good fixture enough. Mukiele against Leeds is a good fixture enough, and Gay is always a good player to pick because he's scoring or assisting every game. So yeah, it's a nice bench boost. Akhil, I would just use the bench boost as fast as possible. And Sophie, hi, thanks a lot again for joining the stream, really appreciate. Between Raul Jimenez and Semenyo, again, Jimenez is on penalties, Semenyo probably is not on them, but I would just go for Semenyo because I don't know, I trust him a little bit more in terms of output. And the fixture is also good for Semenyo too. Hi, Nereven. Start Anderson or Senesi? I would start Anderson from Fulham for sure. I would start Anderson from Fulham. Now guys, I just need to go real quick to the bathroom. I thought that I can survive until the end of the stream, but I can't. So yeah, going to go to yeah, going to be back. Start Anderson, guaranteed DEFCON because of Man City attack. I mean, yeah, I thought about that also, but I thought also about Lacroix, who's not guaranteed to get defense contributions, but yeah, it's a tough. I think Voldemort will do miracle again with Man United, as done with Chelsea. Yeah. I mean, Man United is a better fixture than Chelsea anyway, so yeah. Vicario to Pickford, Alisson for -4, start Gudmundsson or Van de Berg, or replace Richards and start the player. I wouldn't do Vicario to Pickford or Alisson for -4. I don't think so. Because it's not worth it. Because even if Alisson or Pickford are going to get 6 points, it's not going to be worth it probably for you to do the -4. Start Gudmundsson or Van de Berg, or replace Richards and start that player. I would start between Gudmundsson and Van de Berg. That's really tough. Probably I would start Gudmundsson, I guess, but it's really close. I'm going to be back in 2 minutes, so don't go. Back. 787, thanks a lot for joining. Hey mate, watching from Malawi, Africa. Nice, thanks a lot for joining. Really appreciate. Have a triple captain and bench boost cheap, a poor bench this week. Who do I triple captain? Haaland, Foden, DCL or Thiago. Also have Bruno Guimaraes and Rice. I would triple captain Haaland for sure. I would just use the triple captaincy on Haaland, as I said before to another guy. Just use the triple captaincy as fast as possible as you can, because next game week you don't know if Haaland is going to be fit to play, basically. So yeah, I would just use it now. My bench my bench this week has Bruno, Soboslai and Chalobah. Yeah, Definitely, you can't use the bench boost with Soboslai. He's going to be suspended. Hey matey, Merry Christmas. Thanks a lot, Mr. Branky. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Thanks a lot for joining the stream, by the way. Really appreciate it. So yeah, Bruno, you need to sell Bruno as soon as possible. OMBMV. And Soboslai is going to be okay for you to use the bench boost next game week, I think. This season has been all about the mid-price options like Rice, Enzo, Caicedo, rather than the high-price midfielders, don't you think? Yeah, that's the problem we have right now, Actil, because there aren't a lot of good expensive midfielders. Bukayo Saka is okay. Cole Palmer is just back, so let's see when Palmer is going to be fit and play 90 minutes every gaming. Then we're going to have another decent option. Mohamed Salah was really bad, so that's the problem. We didn't have a lot of good expensive players in FPL, and that's why I don't know, players like Rice are doing that good. Caicedo was a pick, I don't know, at the beginning of the season he was scoring every game week, and now nobody's talking about Caicedo, right? He's a decent option because of defensive contributions, but he's not going to score every game week. So yeah, I was never interested in someone like Caicedo, to be honest with you. Enzo, he got some nice holes, I think, but he blanked also in most of the games. And yeah, Rice was the only one who was pretty much constant. But even Rice got some periods when he got 2, 3, 4, 5 points. So yeah. So Gordon or Wirtz, I'm planning to get both Bruno and Gabriel when they are back, if it helps. I mean, Bruno, I'm not sure when you're going to get Bruno back, because probably he's not going to be back until Bruno is likely to be back, I think, in gaming 22 or 23, when he's going to play against Man City and Arsenal. I don't think that you're going to buy Bruno Fernandes ahead of City or Arsenal. So probably gaming 24 is the earliest, the best entry point to buy Bruno Fernandes back again. And Gabriel is a buy when he's going to be fit. Yeah, as I said before, Radu, I would go probably for Wirtz for the next two. Then Liverpool are going to play against Fulham, which is also a nice fixture. Then Arsenal in 21 is not great, but you can also keep Wirtz for 22 against Burnley at home, and maybe sell Wirtz to Bruno Fernandes in gaming 23 or something like that, or 24. So yeah, Wirtz, I think that is a nice punt for the next 3, 4, 5 fixtures. But if not, you can always sell him. So yeah, probably I will go for Wirtz just because the fixtures in the next two are amazing, and I think that he's going to get more minutes than Gordon. But that's just my opinion. Robert Kusak, thoughts on Frimpong? I think that he's a nice punt. That's pretty much what he is. I'm expecting Frimpong to start against Wolves, so it really depends. If you're on a free hit, if you're on a wildcard, it makes a lot of sense to have Frimpong on a free hit mostly. Long term, I'm not sure how much can we rely on someone like Frimpong to start every games, but his minutes should be okay, to be honest with you. Now that Salah is also at AFCON, probably he's going to get some minutes also playing at right wing, maybe against Wolverhampton, who knows. I just think that, I don't know, Liverpool in general, their defense is not amazing, but now because the fixtures are great in the next two, of course, I'm just going to keep Virgil van Dijk, and then I'm going to reassess. Frimpong as a long-term pick, I don't know. If you want to buy him short-term, then yeah, sure, if you want to take a punt. Long-term, I'm just not sure if we can rely on Frimpong starting every games. That's the only problem. So I think that this is how I'm going to line up. I didn't talk too much about my team, so have 1.9 millions in the bank, as you can see from the screen, and I have still 2 free transfers. Now, at the moment, I'm tempted to just roll, because the honest truth is I'm not sure what I want to do with my team, and when you're not sure, just roll the transfer, you know. Maybe I think that in the next period of in the next 1 2 3 game weeks, we're going to need to have some transfers, and a lot of players probably are going to emerge as options. Maybe I want to go for someone like Soboslai next game week, maybe I want to go for someone like Gakpo. At the moment I don't have the money to go for Wirtz. If I'm selling Minte, I have 7.9 millions. So let's look at midfielders. I could go for Rice. Actually, and I don't mind it. I think that that's also okay. You don't have Rogers before. I'm not sure about your question, Emery fam. I don't have Rogers, and I'm not planning to buy him for the next two, definitely against Chelsea away and against Arsenal away. Yeah, I'm not planning to buy Rogers. But in the future, who knows? I had Rogers from the start of the season, like everyone else. I had Rogers and Watkins, and both of them were horrible for the next 6, 7, 8 game weeks, and then Aston Villa decided to start playing football again. So yeah, I had Rogers before, now I don't. So my options, Rice. I could go for Rice. Do I want to go for Rice? Is he much better than Lacroix? Probably actually he's better, but is he worth a transfer? Wilson is a doubt, but I'm not going to buy Wilson. I'm not going to buy Rogers. Let's select by price. Odegaard, I don't want to go there. Eze, not going to go there. Neto, Gakpo is a doubt. I could go for Gakpo. I could go for Gordon instead of Minte. But is it worth it? If you had to start for 1 week only, Chiesa, McAllister or Wirtz, which one would that be? 1 week only? Florian Wirtz would be, because I'm just more sure about him. With Chiesa, as I said before, Josh, I don't think that he's going to start. And yeah, if I don't think that he's going to start, I don't want him for Game Week 18. Between McAllister and Wirtz, maybe we can have a discussion. Maybe McAllister is going to be on penalties, but relying on penalties for just one game week, it's not. What are the chances Liverpool are going to get? I mean, the chances for Liverpool to get a penalty against Wolverhampton, I guess, are pretty decent, but I would just go for Florian Wirtz, I think. 1 week. What about Neto, Cherky? I can go for Neto. I can go for Cherky because I have 3 players from Manchester City already, so I can do that. I'm buy Murphy. Hi Raymond Rogers, thanks a lot for joining also. Yeah, I'm not going to buy Murphy. I'm not going to buy any Newcastle winger probably, because you just can't be sure who's going to start. I could go for Shade. I could go for Bruno G. Enzo, Grealish, Kudus. I could buy all these players, but I'm just not sure if I should do it. Buy Jacob Murphy, thank me later. Again, I don't think that Murphy is a bad pick, but at the same time, I don't know. It's not like it's such an exciting pick to have. He got in the last game weeks. I mean, he did nothing pretty much all the season. He got 6 points in game week 4, so he got 1 assist this season. That's all Murphy got. He also got a goal, against West Ham and Fulham in game week 9 and 10. Other than that, 2 65 minutes, 0 minutes, 0 minutes, 31, 72. Yeah, probably he's fine if you want to take a punt, but no way I'm going to go for Murphy. If I'm going to go for any Newcastle attacker, it's going to be Gordon. But at the same time, Gordon 71, 58, 73, 24, and then he was injured here, so fair enough. He's getting decent points, Gordon. Newcastle are only good at home. That's another thing. They have back-to-back away games against Man United away and Burnley away. Now, again, these are decent fixtures, I think, but that's another thing putting me off. Philip, Esteve starts. From what I know, yeah, let me just check a prediction here. I think that, yeah, if Esteve is fit, I think that he's going to start, but are there any... I didn't saw anything in the press conferences to put me off Esteve, I think. Smith Rowe, yeah, I don't know. The fixtures for Fulham are not great. I mean, they have a good fixture against West Ham away, but then it's Crystal Palace, Liverpool, Chelsea, and also Leeds away, which is not so easy. So I don't think that I'm going to go for any Fulham players. Gordon is a home-only player. Look at his record; literally never scored away. Yeah, the record for also for open play goals from Gordon is not amazing. I'm not sure which was the last game he scored an open play goal, but yeah, again, he would be the only player from Newcastle who I would be interested talking about midfielders, but I don't think that I can go there. I think that I'm just going to roll the transfer, and if I want to buy Gordon, I'm going to buy him in Game Week 19 against Burnley, or I don't know, I'm just going to go for Soboslai. Now, let's move here to Fantasy Football Hub, just to show you how my team is going to look in the next few game weeks. Maybe that's going to help you also. Now, what I did this game week was, yeah, I made these transfers. I'm going to play... They're recommending me to play Anderson here instead of Lacroix. Again, really close decision, really close. So this is my team, 1.9 minutes in the bank. If we move to Game Week 19, is Smith Rowe good on free? Yeah, probably. If Harry Wilson is going to miss, then yeah, but what if Harry Wilson is going to start? Now, I know that they are not necessarily playing the same position. Yeah, I'm not sure. I like Fulham playing against West Ham away, but there are a lot of good options on the free. Palmer, Saka, Wirtz, Cunha, Semenyo, who are better than Smith Rowe, I think. But yeah, Thomas Soto, thanks a lot for joining. Happy holidays, guys. Anderson or Lacroix? I would start Anderson over Lacroix, I think. Do you think Frimpong could be a good differential versus Virgil van Dijk? Lord Bloomslang? Yeah, definitely he's a big differential, Frimpong. The only problem are the minutes, but again, as I said before, now that Salah is out, we know that Frimpong could play that role as a right winger. He can play as a right back. Bradley is 50-50, so there is also some chances Frimpong is not going to play all the games in the next few fixtures. You guys need to be aware of that. But he's a nice punt, short term I would say. Long term, I'm not so sure how much can we rely on Frimpong. Patrick, hi Dennis, I bought Konas from Villa last week, just as a stock gap. I had no extra money now. I do, and I'm going to bench boost. Should I move him on and buy Everton defender? Yeah, probably. I'm not sure exactly who's Konas from with Villa. I suppose he's just a 3.8 defender or something like that, or midfielder. So yeah, if you're going to bench boost, you just do that transfer. Yeah, Keane is. I would go for Keane. I would go for Keane for the bench boost. Kevin or Wilson? Kevin or Wilson? Who's Kevin? Oh, Kevin Schade. Is that his name? Or Kevin from Fulham? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure honestly who's Kevin from Fulham, but probably I would go for Wilson, I guess. Thomas Disneyland. Now, if I show you my team for Game Week 19, this is how it's going to be. I have also Minte, who I'm going to play probably instead of Anderson. And yeah, this is my team, which is decent. Lacroix against Fulham, O'Reilly, Van Dijk, great fixtures. Raya against Aston Villa at home is okay. And here I'm going to have 3 free transfers, and probably I'm going to make some transfers. Options: Voltemad, Gordon, Gakpo, Soboslai. All these players could came in. Semenyo could be sold, but I'm not sure for who. So yeah, my team is decent for this game week. I could buy a Newcastle defender and just bench Semenyo, but most likely if I'm going to sell Semenyo, I don't know. I could go for someone like Wirtz, I guess, but probably the train would be missed by then. I could go for Soboslai here and have 2.7 millions in the bank. Then I could just at some point upgrade Alderete to a Gabriel if he's going to be fit. So yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do for Game Week 19, but the options are to sell Semenyo, to sell Alderete or Rodon, probably Rodon, and yeah, that's it pretty much. For Fulham, search Kevin, trust me. Yeah, but I'm not sure. This Kevin from Fulham, I'm not sure how many minutes he got. I mean, yeah, fair enough. He played 77 against Nottingham Forest. Yeah, my bad. Honestly, I didn't saw that game. So other than that, yeah, I prefer Harry Wilson, but because he's a doubt, probably I prefer Kevin. So yeah, honestly, yeah. Sorry, I can't give you any advice on this since I don't really know the player that much. But that's on me. That's on me. Sorry about that. What's your rank? As you can see from the screen, 287k. Last week I was inside 200k. Again, I'm not super happy with my rank at the moment, but it is what it is. It was a crazy season where maybe I was a little bit unlucky, but yeah, hopefully we can go into the right direction from now on. And yeah, definitely my target, my first target, let's say I want to get inside that 100k rank as soon as possible, and then just go as good as possible. Meant to have said Konsa from Villa. Oh, okay. Konsa. I'm not sure if it's worth to sell Konsa to Keane. I mean, probably it is, right? I think that it's much better fixture. Probably I would just sell Konsa to Keane, yeah. Mama Sita, thanks a lot for joining. I have no Palmer or Saka in my free team, went with 3 Arsenal in the back. Okay, so you've gone with Timber, Calafiori, and Raya, I suppose. Fair enough. If you're that sure Arsenal are going to keep a clean sheet, just go with 3 defenders, nothing wrong with that. But the thing is, the thing on Fleet, I would like to have also some Everton defenders, if possible. Mamacita. And again, I made the free draft video this week. If you want to check it, there are a lot of options you can go on a free. I would go personally, probably I've gone with Palmer on free 16 personally, and now Palmer is ready to play 90 minutes, so probably I would have Palmer on a free because he's a huge differential. That's pretty much it. But yeah, good evening guys. Hi Simon Lee, thanks a lot for joining. Really good to see you here again, and hopefully you're enjoying the holidays. Will Richard start? I think that not. Frank Goldin, also thanks a lot for joining the stream. The coach said something that they don't know if he's going to be available to play against Spurs, but hopefully he's going to be back for Fulham. So again, there is a slightly chance Richards is going to play against Spurs, but I think that more likely he's going to not play in Game Week 18 and play in Game Week 19. Yes. Is there any way you can rate my team? Thomas, Disneyland. Yeah, you can share me your team on Twitter, on X, wherever you want. You can send me a DM or just post here on my latest post. Denis_FPL is my address. You have the links to my socials in the description of this live. So yeah, just send me your teams and I'm going to rate them, of course. Hi Dennis. Hi Thomas Soto. Hi again, thanks a lot for joining. Who would you start, Anderson or Lacroix? I said it before, Thomas, I would start Anderson from Fulham, I think. Can I send it on Insta? You can send it on Instagram, but I don't have the Instagram prepared, so your team is not going to be showed on screen. But I'm just going to look at it on the phone, if you don't mind that. So yeah, you can send it also on Instagram if you want. No problem with that. I'm not logged into Instagram on the browser, so that's why I can't show it here. But yeah. Keane or Konate to buy? Probably, again, for the next two, I prefer Konate probably than Keane, but it really depends. For the long term, also Keane is not going to be a nice option long term, I guess. So yeah, any chance Hincapié and Wilson start? There are chances, yeah, of course, they could start. But again, Arteta didn't really help us a lot in the press conference, and the same for the Fulham coach. I sent it on Insta. Yeah, I see it now. So again, just let me know, you made your transfers or do you want to make more transfers? Now, Raya, Anderson, Frimpong, Keane, Kevin, this is a free draft, right? Or not? Ekitike captain, nice. If you want to go against Haaland, good luck with Ekitike. Bowen, Haaland, Saka, Rice, Foden, Kevin. Yeah, this is a nice team. Now you have Esteve, also Van Heck and Miley against Man United away. Yeah, that's how I would play. It's a wild card, okay. Recon, Hincapié plays. probably Arteta didn't say anything about Hincapié and he wasn't pictured in training, so probably that means he's going to start, but nobody can guarantee what's going to happen. So yeah, that's the problem. But if you have Hincapié, probably just play him and hope that he's going to start. So yeah, this is a really good team. Now on a wild card, yeah, Frimpong is going to be Gabriel probably, right? He's a short-term punt for you. Other than that, Anderson, would I go for Anderson on a wild card? He doesn't have amazing fixtures in the future, I think. So yeah, but he's okay. Esteve Van Heck, I would go probably for a Chow on a wildcard. I didn't thought honestly that much on how I would be using my wildcard this gaming, but I would go for Cunha on a wildcard probably. But yeah, the team is mostly good from my point of view, so I can't say that the team is bad, right? You're going for double Arsenal attack. I'm not sure if I would go that way. But yeah, for 4.5 worth the money, Anderson. I mean, for 4.5, for sure, Anderson is worth the money. I'm not going to agree, to disagree there. I think that he's a good option, so yeah. Start Sanchez or Dubravka. I would start Sanchez, I think, but it's close. Ice Cole Jones, Cole Jones. So another planned bench boost this game week, wildcard in game week 19. Sold Saka to get Ekitike before Bruno injury, now stuck. Yeah, that sucks. Did need one midfielder plus defender for -4, leaning Wirtz, McAllister, and an Everton defender. I would just go for Wirtz. But again, if you can avoid taking -4 by buying McAllister, just go McAllister. I'm selling Saka next week and upgrading Miles or Kevin. Okay, fair enough. Then yeah, and yeah, probably you're selling to someone like Cunha, right? Then it makes sense. Again, you thought about your team more than me, so again, you know better what you're going to do. Yeah, Frimpong, Saka probably are players you want to sell at some point in the future. I like the forward line. Ekitike, Bowen, and Haaland probably are the best 3 strikers at the moment. Maybe Voltemar could get into that conversation, but probably not with the reduced minutes. Simon Lee sent me also his team. On a bench, boost to free transfers, what moves? Cucurella to Van Dijk. Do I do Wilson to Cunha? On a bench boost, if you want to be sure, I guess yeah, I would do Wilson to Cunha. Also long term, I think that makes a lot of sense, and I think that I would just play Cucurella on the bench boost. I think that this bench boost looks amazing, honestly. So I don't think that I would do Cucurella to Van Dijk. Again, it's definitely Van Dijk. I think it's a better pick than Cucurella this week, but I'm just not too sure if that's worth a transfer. If you're happy with Cucurella, he's going to be great long term. And Van Dijk, if you're going to buy Van Dijk, at some point you're going to sell him after the fixtures are going to end. So yeah, I'm just not sure about that. But Cunha to Wilson to Cunha makes a lot of sense for your team. Yeah, this is an amazing bench boost. Senesi, Dubravka, Enzo Lefe, and Keane. Amazing. So good luck, Simon Lee. Your team is looking great. Triple Arsenal also. Yeah, not too much to say about this. Thanks for the follow, name. Really appreciate the support. I think that somebody sent me another team. What good defenders are around 4.5? Lacking Arsenal defense, but I think I'll just wait for Gabriel return. Yeah, I think that I saw this, right? Yeah, I saw this team for Spidey. Name also sent me another team. I'm gonna bench boost. Any suggestions? You have 2.1 millions in the bank and 2 free transfers. Okay. I mean, Wilson to Cunha makes sense. Anderson to Kudus, Grealish, Enzo Lefebvre, probably, or I'm not sure if Bijol is still starting for Leeds, or if there are some doubts around him, but if not, it's a decent fixture and not worth to make a transfer to sell Bijol. Other than that, your defenders are fine. Wilson and Anderson probably are the weak links here. Raul is okay. Another thought, how about Senesi to Alderete, Mukiele, as I don't want Senesi long term. I guess you don't want Senesi long term, but he's okay for this week, so I'm not sure if you should sell him right now. I'm not sure if it's worth making that transfer, because a lot of problems maybe are going to crop up, guys, around this congested period, and a lot of players are going to get injured probably. A lot of players are going to get rotated. So if you don't have the need to make a transfer like Senesi to Mukiele, which is not such a big upgrade, I would say, you don't need to do it. Start to Rodon, Chow, Anderson, Richards. Definitely I would start Anderson from Fulham, Frank Golding there, and Chow probably. Frimpong long term. That I talked a lot about Frimpong. I'm not sure if he's going to be an amazing option long term. I like him for the short term if you want to take a punt, but nobody can guarantee you that he's going to start every game. So that's the only problem. Now, if I would be sure Frimpong would be starting and playing 90 minutes every game for Liverpool, I would just buy him right now. But yeah, the thing is, we don't know. So yeah, long term, he could be benched. He could be benched in some games, easy as that. Bradley could play right back, Soboslai could play there, Curtis Jones could play there. He can play right wing, which is nice, but there are other players who can play there also. So yeah, let's look at the defenders, right? Under 4.5, let's say under 5. Yeah, sorry for the layout. Let's take a look at some defenders by price. This game week, there aren't a lot of good defenders to target, I'm just going to say to you. Chow is nice from game week 19. Cash, again, you're not buying him right now. Senesi, the fixtures are horrible. Collins, the fixtures are Bournemouth, Spurs, Everton, Sunderland, not amazing. Everton defenders, definitely Keane and Tarkowski, but Tarkowski is on 4 yellow cards. Keane is going to lose his place soon as Braithwaite is going to be back. Robertson is okay for this game week, I suppose. Other than that, the fixtures for Fulham are not great. Lewis Potter is an interesting one, a defender who's playing as a winger. But again, it's a little bit of a knee jerk because he scored 2 goals last game week. Keane, as I said before, is okay. Nico Williams, the fixtures are not great. Maybe from game week 19, Everton, Villa, West Ham, Arsenal, Brentford, Crystal Palace. Not convinced with the fixtures. Ballard is okay. Van Heck is okay. From game week 19. Richards, as I said before, at 4.6 millions and Anderson the same. These are great defenders. Even someone like Van de Ven could be okay. He's on 4 yellow cards, Van de Ven, but yeah, the fixtures are okay. He's not good for defensive contributions, that's the problem. Van den Berg is still decent, and pretty much that's it. I mean, you're not going to go for a Wolves defender, West Ham defender, Villa defender, Bournemouth defender. Yeah, it's Newcastle, Chelsea from Game Week 22, Aston Villa maybe from Game Week 20, Forest, Crystal Palace, Everton, but even that, the fixtures are not amazing. So yeah, it's not that easy. Probably still the OG Anderson, Richards. These are the best value defenders at the moment, and Van Heck maybe. I reckon City won't score much, and Haaland will probably blank. Ekitike captain makes more sense. Fair enough, fair enough. I hope, as a Liverpool fan, I hope that Haaland is going to blank. I hope that Man City are going to lose against Nottingham Forest away, and I hope that Ekitike is going to smash it. But I don't know. I slightly prefer Erling Haaland. Definitely, if you watch me, I definitely not saying that Ekitike is a bad captaincy option. I think that he's nice. Maybe I'm just not brave enough to go with him as my captain. Maybe I just want to have a peaceful Christmas and holiday. So again, Haaland could play bad and get a penalty and score another header and get 2 goals and an assist. So again, I saw that before. I perfectly we can say that every game week, right? Haaland has a tough fixture. I think that City are not going to score a lot of goals, and he's just scoring a hat trick. So, yeah. If you're going to captain Ekitike, good luck, guys. I really hope that is going to do well because I have him also in my team. But for me, it's going to be Nottingham Forest away. I don't think that they are an amazing defense by any means, Nottingham Forest, and I think that Erling Haaland is, yeah, he's just amazing this season. So, yeah, but I agree. I'm really stuck between Gordon and Wirtz. I can't afford a 2-week punt with Wirtz, but also don't want Gordon to not play good minutes. I guess if one of these picks are going to fail anyway, you might as well just go for Gordon, who has a little bit more upside, I guess. He's on penalties, so probably makes more sense to go for Gordon long term. Radu Gavriluca, again, I like Wirtz for the next 2. If then you want to move to someone like Cunha or Bruno Fernandes in the future or Cole Palmer, it's going to be easier to move from Florian Wirtz. But yeah, if you don't want to buy none of this, Florian Wirtz or Gordon, just go for, I don't know, a safer pick like Rice. But probably you have Rice, right? Hi SJ FPL, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really good to see you here. 28 likes. Thanks a lot, guys, for all the support today. If you enjoyed the stream, please consider leaving a like, hit that subscribe button, and yeah, thanks a lot for joining. Really appreciate it. So yeah, for me, let's see the poll. Lacroix from 75 votes. Lacroix. Yeah, so I think that I'm going to play Lacroix anyway. That was my initial idea anyway, to play Lacroix instead of Anderson or Rodon. But again, one of Anderson or Rodon for sure is going to outscore Lacroix, and I'm going to look like a fool because I benched them. But yeah, who knows. Hi Ropi, thanks a lot for joining. Which two players should start out of these three? Gravenberg, Bruno Guimaraes or Tavernier? Interesting set of players you got there, Ropi. Tavernier against Bramford away. Probably I would start Tavernier because he's better for defensive contributions, I guess, than Gravenberg and Bruno Guimaraes, and he's more likely to, I don't know, maybe be on penalties on some set pieces. So maybe Tavernier. Is Harry Wilson even fit? Lord Bloomsang, again, as I said before, they are hopeful that Wilson is going to be fit. The injury is not bad. It's not a bad injury, so Wilson is not going to be out for a long period of time. But nobody can guarantee you that he's going to start this game. So if you have Wilson in your team, I would just start him. If not, I would not buy. That's clear. There are some doubts. So if you don't wanna have I don't know, the possibility of Wilson being on the bench and came in for 10 minutes, then just don't play him. But probably if I had him in my team, I would just play Wilson and pray that he's going to start. I activated bench boost for this game. Good luck, SJ FPL. Hopefully you're going to smash it with your bench boost. Thanks a lot for joining the stream, really appreciate it. Check your DMs, please. For sure, Fuzzy Sport. I'm just asking because I'm on Freet. On a Freet, I would not have Harry Wilson anyway, I think. The doubts would put me off having him on a Freet. So, although he could be a nice option on a Freet, now that nobody can guarantee that he's going to start, I just don't see the reason to. To have Wilson on a Freet. Yasin, so this is you. What do you think? Do I have to take a -4 because Wilson and Hincapi are not sure? No, I would not take a -4. If Hincapi is not going to play, you have Timber, Senesi, Esteve and Anderson, which is fine. All these are fine. Yeah, so I see your situation is pretty bad because if Hincapi and Wilson both are not going to start, then yeah, it's not looking great for you. But Devaney probably is going to get some minutes at least. Anyway, I would not take -4. Hopefully at least one of Hincapi and Wilson are going to start. I'm not sure if I would take the -4, honestly. Although, yeah, I understand it doesn't, is not great. It's not great. So who to buy? Gordon or Wirtz? Your opinion? Yeah. I'm not sure. I would go for Wirtz because he has 2 fixtures at home and Gordon has 2 fixtures away. And the fixtures are just better for Wirtz. I would go for Wirtz, but it's a really close decision. Yeah. That's pretty much it, I think. That's it. Gordon is not going to play 90 minutes every game. He's pretty much playing just 60-70 minutes. He could be also on the bench. Now, again, Wirtz could also be on the bench at some point, I guess, but Liverpool have a lot of injuries. They pretty much are forced to play Wirtz and Ekitike. I don't see these guys being rested anytime soon. I would go for Wirtz, but again, I'm a Liverpool fan, maybe a little bit biased. I just think that for the next 2, Wirtz is definitely better. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm thinking SRU. Yeah, Smith Rowe could be okay. Thank you very much. No problem, Fuzzy Sport. Thanks a lot for being on the stream. Really appreciate it. Thanks also, guys, for 31 likes. Amazing. Triple captain Haaland or Ekitike. Yeah, I would triple captain Haaland. But if you're feeling like Ekitike can outscore Haaland, just go for it. I think that both of them are great captaincy options. Now, on the screen, you can see I'm captaining Haaland in my own team. It's not... You don't need to follow me. You don't need to triple captain Haaland just because I'm saying it. But I think that I would triple captain Haaland personally if I had the chip. Will Wilson play? Not sure, Blanky. Sorry. I wish I could give you the the answer, the guarantee that Wilson is going to start, but nobody knows. Nobody knows if he's going to start. So also, guys, you have 5 minutes till the deadline, so make sure you lock in your teams. Good luck, everyone. Good luck, Herloswile, and everyone. Thanks a lot for joining. Star Van de Berg or Gudmundsson. I think that it's really close, but I think that I will start Gudmundsson, as I said before. Radu, yeah, it's pretty much a coin flip there. Is Bowen worth to replace Thiago? No, definitely. This week I would just keep Thiago, not buy Bowen. But long term could be, yeah. Hi Dennis, played 3, bench 2, Anderson, Wilson, Thiago, Gay. So play 3. I would play Thiago for sure. I would play Anderson from Fulham. In between Anderson, Wilson, and Gay, I would play Wilson, hopefully that he's going to start, and bench Gay and Anderson, and probably, or I don't know, definitely I would bench probably Anderson from Nottingham Forest here, the last one, and then Gay or Anderson. Probably I would play Gay instead of Anderson, if that makes sense. He's looking like he's scoring every game, so it's hard for me to bet against his ownership. So Gay, Thiago and Wilson I would play, 3 of them, and Anderson from Fulham first on the bench. Triple captain Haaland or Ekitike? I would triple captain Haaland, as you can see from the screen. I'm captaining Haaland. Again, both are great options. Star Vicario or Dubravka. I think that I will start Dubravka, honestly. I think that he has a better fixture than Vicario. Do I take out Lacroix for Hincapie? No, Hincapie is a doubt, so yeah, Lacroix is okay for this gaming. You don't need to take him out. One minute, guys. Make sure you lock in your teams. I'm locked in. Thanks a lot. Happy holidays to all. Even Saka, not bad for captaincy. Yeah, Saka is definitely a good captaincy option if you have him. Wouldn't mind it. We are locked in. Thanks a lot, guys, for being here. I'm going to still be here for 5 minutes. Thanks a lot. If you're leaving, please consider leaving a like, hit that subscribe button on your way out. And yeah, happy holidays, happy new year. I think that we're going to have another stream right before the new eve. So yeah, we're going to have the deadline stream for Game Week 19, and I'm going to see you there. Thanks a lot for being here again. Really appreciate the support. Yeah, let me just see. I think that we are locked in. Yep. So let's see what's happening on Twitter real short, and then I'm going to leave you. I'm going to have some guests in an hour, something like that, so I need to prepare. But yeah, Game Week 18 of Fantasy Premier League, the half of the season, right? We have 36 game weeks. This is the last game week in the first half. Hopefully we can go on with the green arrow here. FPL Fran is captaining Ekitike also. Good luck. Yeah, all right. Thanks a lot, guys, for being here. I think that we're going to end it because I want to let you also enjoy the holidays, not be here stuck with me on the stream. I'm going to do the same. Yeah, thanks a lot for your incredible support today and this year in particular. We're going to have another deadline stream real soon, so yeah, next one maybe I'm going to stay a little bit more. Good luck, Emery fam, good luck everyone in Game Week 18, but more importantly, have fun, enjoy the holidays, happy new year, merry Christmas if you're celebrating, and yeah, I'm going to see you next time. Bye.